Hello and welcome to For That Film. Today we're going to be suggesting a few franchises we believe that Christopher Nolan, the director, could bring a gritty reimagining to, similar to The Dark Knight and what he did for Batman. Here with me is Todd James.
Hello.
And I'm James Forbes.
Hello, James.
If you want to kick us off.
I would love to. Alright. I'm just going to get it straight out of the way. Terminator.
What? That's brilliant. Oh, no.
You didn't think of that one?
I didn't think of that.
You love robots.
I love robots.
Terminator, even though I...
You'll be going back to like the first one.
Yeah, even though I enjoyed the most recent Terminator Genesis, most people didn't.
And he does time travel.
He does time travel, right. Terminator is a franchise that is kind of
my head is going to explode. Yeah.
It's kind of lost. James Cameron, the rights are going back to James Cameron soon, in a few years. But he's busy with Avatar, 8, 9 and 12. This is a franchise that has so much potential. It has two of the best sci-fi films ever within its ranks, I guess.
Yeah, within its ranks, yeah.
If there's a great Terminator film, no one would care if you were like, oh, those 3 films, they didn't happen. People would go, okay. If there was a great, another great Terminator film, and since the dream would be James Cameron, but I don't see him doing it, Christopher Nolan kind of needs a new franchise to...
I think it complements his work. When he worked on The Dark Knight, he would do Dark Knight, and then he would do...
It would be every other
Inception,
film.
then he'll do Dark Knight, and then he'll do like Interstellar or whatever.
So if he signed on to do another Terminator trilogy, for example, and then in between he made his own film.
Yeah.
Because
the stories for like The Dark Knight, he had so much material to work from, so it's a bit easier.
Mm-hmm.
Whilst his films, his Nolan films, are completely original ideas, completely from his conception. Don't quote me on that.
Right.
I think majority of them are, and it gives him an opportunity to practice his craft.
Yeah.
And then make another story, writing it in the background.
And all of the best sort of super creative filmmakers, I feel like their best stuff comes when they are slightly constrained, when they're not just completely free to do whatever they want, when they have slight restrictions, just like him with The Dark Knight.
Yeah.
The Dark Knight is based on Batman. Is it like Batman? Not hugely.
Yeah.
It needs that intelligent touch that he has. It needs that storytelling that. Yeah.
I can't believe I didn't think of it.
I know. I really the
like
words Terminator.
Yeah. It's the time travel, Yeah.
Time
travel is complicated.
Yeah.
And it's not always done right.
Usually not.
Yeah. And someone like Christopher Nolan, he loves that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And he loves that sci-fi element.
Yeah.
And it's a series that he can bring faith back into.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, there are a few things that can get people excited for a new Terminator. Because Arnie doesn't get people excited for Terminator anymore.
Well, he did for the last one, Genesis. He's really good with promotion.
But now,
it's a bit
how many
trickier.
chances is Terminator going to get?
Yeah.
Now, if you attach Christopher Nolan, imagine Christopher Nolan's Terminator.
Yeah,
you'd be like, yeah, I'll see that.
Yeah, everyone will be on board for that.
Yeah.
I might just throw my list in the bin. Like, that's really good.
Excellent.
Mine are a bit more far-fetched.
Okay.
Don't
worry, the rest of mine are awful, so...
Okay.
Let's go.
Mine... So there was a kind of gritty reboot video start of the year, maybe end of last year.
I know exactly where you're going with this.
Power Rangers.
Yeah.
Now, the Power Rangers has been announced that they're doing it as a film, but my kind of suggestion would be for Nolan to take the helm for it, for Nolan to really show... Because there's something in that short video that they had of the gritty Power Rangers. These are trained from birth, like they're born
killers,
to be rangers. But in the show, it's like we're fighting monsters. It's like, no, you're trained from birth. That's horrible. Like, you didn't have a childhood.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, some of the Power Rangers TV shows, they have it that they're having to balance their power ranging with school life. They're like,
out,
get that out.
Yeah.
Literally. They're in an academy from birth, selected. Their parents give them up, and they just become these rangers who go around fighting these monstrosities in more ways, more than just a monster.
Yeah.
What about if they fought? Okay, I might get a bit dark here, but like monsters like paedophiles or or like people. I say this a lot, but people who run sex slave industries, and they're fighting those kind of monsters rather than actual like, look at that, it's got 10 eyes.
Yeah, I more like the idea, and the short film did this.
Yeah,
that they didn't win. It didn't expressly say that, but I like the idea that they didn't really win.
Yeah,
and now they are more the resistance than the defenders, just trying to like, every inch they're just trying to win this war inch by inch.
Yeah, you'd have to get Katie Sackhoff to come back. She was great.
Sure, she was a cool Pink Ranger.
Yeah,
yeah.
Only she could play the Pink Ranger.
And make it cool.
Yeah. Make it cool. Like, that's a challenge, yeah.
Yeah.
And I think Nolan, having him on it, would make a Pink Ranger not seem stupid. Like,
and it would...
Or Yellow Ranger be racist. But
quality. And I think it could have that quality that any of the naysayers would see the trailer and be like, huh.
Yeah.
This ain't your daddy's Power Rangers.
I think that'd be intense. It'd be really intense.
Yeah.
Good
choice.
Thank you.
All right. This is a little bit similar to the first one I did, but I'm going to get a lot more hate for it. Transformers.
Oh.
It's similar that they're both robots. Right.
Yeah.
So it's basically been announced that Michael Bay is doing Transformers 5, more or less.
And that they're going to be doing a cinematic universe. Yeah. It was also recently this week said that they've got their films planned till 2025.
Yeah, or something.
Which is
ridiculous. Scary. And I am one of the few people who at least enjoys all of the Transformers films. I appreciate some of them are awful, but I still enjoy the robot smashing. They've got that part covered. What we need now is a good story.
Yeah.
That is what is missing from... And I mean, you look at the Batman films that Nolan did, the worst thing about them, I say...
Yeah, very loosely.
Yeah, is that the action isn't really that good.
Okay.
I mean, the car chases and stuff are quite good, but like the fighting pieces and stuff, it's nothing special really. So if they have, the animators guys or whatever covering that point, and then they have Christopher Nolan and maybe get his brother as well, Jonathan Nolan, they come in and sort of help write the script, and make something really intelligent, really delve into the how has life been created out of machines.
Oh, right.
Really
answer that question.
Yeah, really get into that aspect of it. Like the Allspark, like where does that get its power from?
Yeah.
There's big stuff in Transformers that is all kind of swept under the rug because Dinobots.
Yeah.
Because something's shooting and saying, I'm a bad robot. Like,
is that a line from the film?
He says like, one of them's like, I'm a big wrecking crew robot man. Something, it was... I don't know how it stayed in, especially because it's just audio. They could have just been like, mute. that one
just have him shoot. Yeah,
it's not like integral to the plot. And it's a franchise that I really like, but it needs...
That is a challenge. It's
a challenge.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't say it's more of a challenge than Power Rangers.
Yeah, true. I know we've said in a previous video, link here,
right here,
that Transformers may be a contender to beat Avatar.
Yeah.
Although, the more I think about it, the less I think that is possible. Right. But if they were able to get the money that they're already getting, they're making $1 billion per film now.
Yeah.
If they're able to get that audience to stick, then add in another audience who respect Christopher Nolan and who want a interesting story, you may be able to get to another $1 billion and maybe...
And make this film good.
Yeah.
And get good reviews.
And get people in,
Yeah, get people seeing it 2-3 times because of how good it is. Yeah. That is like exponential growth.
Yeah, that is a challenge though. I think, at least with the Power Rangers idea, Nolan can really explore characters,
sure,
and have these people in their lives and what they've become.
Fighting paedophiles, apparently.
Yeah, I take that back actually. I think that's good. And then with the Terminator storyline, you can have him delving into the sci-fi element, but with this, I'm a bit like. The Autobots, a bit like... I like Optimus Prime, he's cool and all, but
yeah, Bumblebee's really yellow.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. That's why it needs it.
But they're kind of comical, and Nolan what's the funniest Nolan film?
Pass.
Did you say pass?
Yeah, I did say pass. It doesn't exist.
Yeah. I mean, there are funny bits in this film, like Interstellar, when you had the robot in that.
Oh man, I love Tars.
He was Tars. He was really funny, but he doesn't.
And he was a robot.
And he was a robot. Yeah. He doesn't do
like
that.
A Tars / Optimus Prime crossover.
No.
Like a buddy cop.
All right, moving on.
I've ruined this.
You have, yeah.
Go on, give me one more. Or have you got two more? Just give me another one. We'll see.
I've got maybe two, maybe three.
Okay.
Inspector Gadget. Oh wow! I wish I hadn't made that point just then.
I did not see that coming. Okay.
I'm being like, yeah, you got to be taking them seriously, and you can't have some comical characters.
Matthew Broderick.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
sell it to me.
Sell it to you. Remember, this is a guy. This is a similar story to RoboCop. This is a guy who was a detective, and then he has an accident, and then they upgraded. He was an inspector. Yeah, I wanted to avoid using that word.
Detective Gadget.
And he gets upgraded. He gets artificially upgraded. That's a discussion that's happening with us. This time next year, we may have the first man to transplant his head onto another body.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I totally hadn't heard about that.
Oh, right. Yeah, that may be happening. That's happening in Russia.
It'll go wrong then.
Oh, right, yeah. Even in Inspector Gadget, he's been upgraded, and it's that kind of transhumanism debate.
Good word.
Well, that is the word for it, yeah.
Okay.
Didn't make it up. I'd be dead proud if I did. The kind of idea of upgrading a person if we have the technology to yeah, it'd be like that's another good idea actually, the $1 million guy. Yeah.
No, it isn't. The $1 million guy. Is that what it's called?
Yeah, something like that. It's like you've got $1 million somewhere.
Yeah.
And that he has these tools for inspecting and for.
So would you have him have a propeller come out of the top of his head?
Yeah.
Would you have like extendable telescopic legs with wheels on them? Mate, I can't. I can't go with this one. I'm afraid. I can't give you that.
I've done this in the wrong order. I should have started with that, and it would have got better.
No, you shouldn't have. No one would have watched the rest.
You're not gonna like my. You're not gonna like my next one. But
before that one,
yeah,
The Matrix.
I thought you were gonna say that. Because you've got this robot theme going on.
I have. I didn't even think I had, but yeah. I have. The Matrix it's a perfect fit with him, really. It has the right look and feel.
Would you want him to restart it, or do you want him to continue it somehow, perhaps with new characters?
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
With the whole virtual reality angle, it can all be... What if the entirety of the first trilogy was a simulation inside somebody's mind?
Yeah.
Whoa! Like it could be anything. I feel like though that universe, and there is going to be a reboot of The Matrix. It's going to happen.
Yeah.
It's going to happen sooner or later, and I feel like he would be.
Hopefully later.
The
last one was.
I don't like the thought that.
Was it 2003? The third one.
Yeah.
The first one was like 97. Anyway,
99 is the first one. I don't know about the second two, but yeah.
Maybe 2005. But yeah, go on.
They happened.
They happened.
Yeah, and I just think that he has the. I feel like I'm saying the same things over and over again, but he has the
vision.
Yeah, the intelligence and the vision to make it that storytelling. And The Matrix is all about storytelling, really. That is like the strongest. Yeah, it's cool to have those fight scenes, but what really made those fight scenes even better was the mind blows. And who does mind blowing better than Christopher Nolan?
The Wachowskis?
Yeah, the Wachowskis, yeah.
The Wachowskis.
The Krasinskis.
They're not really trusted anymore.
What?
Yeah.
What? Yeah.
With Jupiter Ascending, Speed Racer, and there was another film.
Cloud Atlas was alright.
But
alright isn't what we're looking for.
Alright, yeah. When you do The Matrix, I've seen The Matrix recently, 3 months ago. I saw it again. This is just phenomenal storytelling.
Yeah.
It's like perfect. And I'm
It was
like,
always going to be downhill. But
Yeah.
that it wasn't.
That
Didn't
first
need to be
film.
a cliff face
No.
after the first one, did it?
cliff face. Oh wow. Yeah. I just. But then you're like, why didn't you just? What's gone wrong?
Just do that again.
Yeah, just
How
do
hard
that
can it
again.
be?
And I do think maybe that Warner Brothers are like, we're not giving you any more money unless you do a Matrix film.
Yeah.
But then equally, Warner Brothers have worked with Christopher Nolan,
No, I was
and they
about
would
to
be
say,
like, hey, do you want to do the Matrix for
We've
us?
got this franchise going. We like you.
Yeah.
Here's money.
Yeah. And that's something he can, is a kind of blend of, both it will be the attitude of one for them, one for me,
Yeah.
plus doing something that he's actually interested in. Has he
Yeah.
done a virtual reality story yet? The closest I would imagine is Inception with the dreamscapes.
Yeah.
And each of his solo like non-franchise films that he does have a technological theme as the underpinning of it all. You know, from dreamscaping to space into interplanetary
Tesseract
building time
Yeah.
travel. Yeah, and he loves those interesting concepts, and virtuality definitely is.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a bit 90s now, but considering the technology is coming out next year,
Right.
yeah,
It's just making it even more interesting and
I
appropriate.
suppose more appropriate. Yeah. All right. I don't want to say my last one now.
Come on, give it to me.
Flash Gordon.
Huh?
Oh right.
Hasn't this already been announced that Matthew Vaughn is doing it?
Matthew Vaughn's in Flash Gordon.
I think so.
That's amazing.
That's even.
That's
better.
even.
That's way-
Oh my god.
Um,
No offense to Christopher Nolan, but Kingsman. Damn.
Yeah, that is. I'm not sure I can give you that one either.
No.
No, it doesn't. That doesn't fit to me, really.
No.
No.
But yeah, it's,
Matthew Vaughn would be way better for it.
Yeah, you kind of just
Yeah.
Matthew Vaughn would be better. You kind of completely ruined this. I didn't know about that.
Okay.
To be honest, I didn't
Sorry.
know. And yeah, Matthew Vaughn would do great Power Rangers as well.
If they went with the fun parody-esque kind of thing, yeah.
And he would be good for Inspector Gadget. No, sorry, no one would be good for that.
That shouldn't happen.
No,
No. Do you want to keep talking about Flash Gordon?
no, because you've completely ruined
Okay.
it. Yeah,
Can I give one more then? A quick one?
go for it.
Men in Black.
Okay.
Okay, so Men in Black is getting a reboot, and it's going to be like an out-and-out comedy. And
Aren't they crossing over with 21 Jump Street?
I think that isn't a thing. I think that was like, wouldn't this be great?
Yeah.
Said some Sony person in an email.
And then everyone
And then it got
jumped
out
on
and
it.
became like a bigger thing than, yeah.
I'll still watch that.
But imagine like a slightly more serious, still with like a fun edge, but like really honing in on the immigration thing of
Oh, okay.
the Men in Black and the whole
And
the
like
thing
social
that like
commentary.
gets forgotten about after the opening half hour of the first film is that they're not meant, they don't exist,
Yeah.
you know, to the
They are the
public.
forgotten, yeah.
They are not.
They don't have families.
They're like a
they don't-
secret, or like a really secret organization. Think like the Adjustment Bureau style.
Yeah.
Like people don't know who they are, and they're like an urban legend. Even if they did it more along the lines of people who interacted with them or are like trying to follow them, track them down.
That is a conspiracy, and they're
Yeah.
trying to. Perhaps we don't follow the Men in Black. We
Yeah.
follow a team trying to
Find them.
Men in Black. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
and the
then we
reason they know about them, a big twist at the end, that one of the guys who was following them was an alien the whole time. Oh God!
Yeah. And that'd be quite interesting, actually. You're following them, and we as the audience can see what's happened, but they keep on forgetting,
Yeah,
and their brains get wiped. But they be like Memento. They
yeah. Oh my God!
They like have left notes on their body or on paper or whatever, and they're like, remember the Men in Black.
Yeah,
And the Men in Black in that way makes more sense because that's the only, if you see them, that's the only description you have for them,
yeah.
and that they're like a ghost story.
And
the Men
imagine
in
now
Black.
as well, like with the internet now being a thing,
Yeah.
like conspiracies are.
Can be rampant,
Yeah.
and it's a lot harder for them to.
It's a lot harder to stay secret.
They kind of did a scene like that in Jupiter Ascending, where she had recorded aliens on her phone,
Yeah,
and then they just were like, "Okay, let's carry on with the story."
right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I like it. I like it a lot.
Okay, good.
All right. Do you guys have any suggestions? Is there any properties you feel need a gritty reimagining? Do let us know in the comments below. I've been James Forbes.
And I've been Todd Phillips. The best outro ever.
Yeah, great.
Right, thanks a lot for listening, guys. Bye.
Bye.
3 stories, all just from different parts of the world.
And different time points as well.
There are some cool characters in the prequels. Yeah, if they had, actors in those parts.
They had actors in the film.